Butterfly Wings of the Soul, Small Seed Books of Santa Cruz, Notes by Luna. The air had that crispness that only early autumn brings to Santa Cruz. Warm sunlight spilling through the redwoods, a light ocean breeze carrying the faint salt of the sea, and the hum of people moving through Pacific Avenue. Outside the Santa Cruz coffee roasters, our little crew had gathered again. Sid, Tara Singh, Eclectic Scout, and me, Luna, notebook open, coffee steaming. Hey everyone, I smiling as they all settled in. It's so good to see you. What a perfect day. Perfect, said Tara Singh, adjusting his saffron scarf. It's that time of year when nature begins to whisper about change, the quiet kind. Eclectic Scout nodded, eyes thoughtful. That's exactly what's been on my mind, he said. I've been thinking a lot about life and death lately, how they're not really opposites, just two wings of the same butterfly. Sid chuckled softly. That's a beautiful image, brother. Scout leaned forward, his hands wrapped around his mug. It all started when I remembered my sister. Whenever she sees a butterfly, she says it's her husband, David, checking in on her. Since he passed, I couldn't stop thinking about that. About how something so light and fragile could carry so much meaning. He paused, letting the moment breathe. Around us, a busker strummed guitar nearby. Laughter floated from a table of students. A sea breeze rustled the outdoor umbrellas. I started looking into the butterfly, he continued, and it's honestly mind-blowing how deep its symbolism goes. Across time, across cultures, this little creature keeps showing up as a messenger of the soul. Right, I said, flipping to a new page in my notebook. Its life cycle is practically a spiritual parable. Exactly, said Scout. Think about it. The caterpillar is like our physical life, crawling, consuming, learning. Then the chrysalis, the death process. It looks like nothing's happening, but everything's transforming in silence. And then the butterfly, the soul, freed, reborn, radiant. Sid nodded, eyes gleaming. That mirrors so many traditions. In Greece, the word psyche means both butterfly and soul. And Psyche, the goddess herself, has butterfly wings. It's wild how language remembers. Tara Singh smiled gently. In my tradition too, he said. The soul's journey is often described as a metamorphosis. The divine spark moves through stages, learning through the cocoon of illusion until it awakens to flight. Even the guru speaks of the soul finding its wings. And in Mesoamerica, I added, the monarch butterflies arrive in Mexico right around Dia de los Muertos. The people believe they're the returning spirits of ancestors. The timing is perfect. Nature itself becomes a calendar of remembrance. True, said Scout. And in Japan, a white butterfly is the spirit of someone who just passed. Even in Ireland and Germany, people used to say butterflies were the souls of children. There's something universal about it. The idea that we don't end, we just change form. Sid leaned back, watching a butterfly dance over the street flowers. Look, there's one now, he said softly. We all turned. A small yellow butterfly hovered just a few feet away, drifting between sunlight and shadow. Tara put his hand to his heart. Yellow, the color of hope and new beginnings, he murmured. How fitting. Scout smiled. See what I mean? They're messengers. Maybe they're reminders to stay light, to keep faith that transformation is real. I scribbled down his words, feeling their weight. So maybe, I said, whenever we see a butterfly, it's not just a sign of death or rebirth. It's an invitation to trust the process, to remember that every cocoon has wings waiting. Sid nodded. Beautifully said, Luna. There was a soft stillness then, the kind that only happens when everyone feels the same invisible thread. The sun slipped behind a cloud, then broke free again, scattering gold across our table. Scout took a deep breath, eyes still on the butterfly. You know, he said, maybe the soul doesn't ascend somewhere else. Maybe it just learns how to move differently, like this, effortless, free. Tara smiled, palms pressed together. Transformation is God's handwriting, he said. The butterfly is simply his signature. We all sat quietly for a moment, hearts open, watching the little messenger float away down the street. Then, almost as if on cue, Glenda appeared, walking past the coffee shop with her tote of books and that ever-present peaceful smile. Hey, Glenda, I called out. She stopped, laughed, and waved. You all look like you've just seen an angel, she teased. In a way, said Scout, we did, just with wings a little smaller. We all laughed, and Glenda shook her head. Ah, the butterfly, always reminding us to let go and trust the change. She waved again and continued down the sidewalk, sunlight catching her silver hair. We looked at each other, all of us smiling that kind of knowing smile that comes when synchronicity taps you on the shoulder. All right, my friends, Tara said finally, rising. Until next time, may your hearts be light and your spirits free. See you soon, said Sid, giving everyone a hug. Catch you later, I added, tucking my notes into my bag. Scout stood there for a moment, eyes following the last glimpse of the butterfly disappearing into the bright Santa Cruz sky. He smiled. I think David just stopped by to say hi.
Please click like and subscribe, please. Thank you.